About the Birds provides you with weekly analysis, game recaps, informative interviews, and it's all birds all the time.
And welcome to the AT Birds game plan. Going to break down Eagles, Cowboys, Dallas week. Lot to talk about. Of course, a lot going on with the Eagles. A lot of not talking about the Cowboys and talking about other stuff. It's what happens. When your team's apparently 8-2 and really good, you get stuff like this
to talk about. Yeah, what is there to talk about when you're 8-2?
Something we're going to talk about is the offensive struggling. We broke it down a little bit at the end of our post-game show, talking about 12 and 13 personnel, because Matt loves talking about how the Eagles run their 12 and 13 personnel. So
yeah.
If he winds up punching his camera and we lose him, it's because he's got very frustrated. Going to talk about some of the reports out there, the Jalen Hurts reports and all this stuff going on, because unfortunately we have to discuss it. The defense is absolutely elite, and they have a tough test this week against a Dallas Cowboys offense, which ranks towards the top of the league in points and what they can do. And again, we'll have the keys to the game, Uleka locks, all that. Matt, I will tell you, I talked to you off camera. Remember last week we had issue with the pen. I have a pencil and a pen. So I brought it from upstairs. When the intro was playing, I was going to write a couple things down on the paper, and the fucking pen don't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Listen, God doesn't want you to have a pen.
Luckily, I have a pencil, and the pencil works.
Well, you know what doesn't run out of ink is a pencil. So there's that.
So just make sure I don't break the tip, because I don't have a sharpener down here.
Never want to break the tip.
Yeah. Just the tip.
I'll see you.
I got you. So let's talk about the offense a little bit here. It's so frustrating to watch. Now you have a Cowboys defense who have added pieces from the trade deadline, whether it's Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson. And of course, they got Malik Hooker back from injury.
And Kenny Clark. Don't forget Kenny.
Kenny Clark, I know. I'm talking about, I guess you could say it was beginning of the year trade, but guys that they haven't played yet, because they played in week 1, of course. And then, I forgot I was wearing thinking about Kelly Green. I got my OG from Philly Sports shirts, Brandon Graham shirt. So I forgot I was wearing that. But taking a look at what Dallas has done, getting some players back, Overshone is back from injury. Ravel has been playing a little bit. So they've gotten some pieces back. I still would say they're just a little bit below average defense. I don't think that's going to make them into a top 10 defense. They're better than maybe they were a couple weeks ago. But the way that I look at it, looking at the Eagles offense, the Raiders with a absolute horrendous offensive line were still able to get chunk yards and move the ball past the 50-yard line, and then they just completely stalled out. So they were able to move the ball. So for me, it's like, to me, this is the game where if the Eagles defense Eagles offense can get going. And again, we've talked about it. We talked about it on the last show, on the post game, that we need to see more 11 personnel. We need to see more, Bigsby, Barkley in the backfield, empty set, less of the 12 and 13 personnel, unless you happen to say, hey, maybe Cam Latu can go in there. Maybe they activate Willie Lampkin and have him on there, doing some different things. Then maybe we can talk a little bit about it. But as of right now,
more jumbo. If you're going to do that, if you're going to go big personnel, you might as well just throw an extra lineman. Do what the Lions do and just line up, Matt Pryor as your Dan Skipper and just run over people.
Dan Skipper is one huge human being.
Got hands too. I have. It's a weird feeling as a team that's 8-2 to have no confidence in your offense.
Yeah.
I have no confidence in this offense at all. There's nothing in my body that goes, they're going to turn this around.
No,
they have
penalties,
all the talent in the world.
And shit like that, that's going to, of course, deter you when you're setting yourself back and doing certain things that are putting you behind the sticks. That's going to really hurt you. in the offense that they like to run. But yeah, it is. It's fixable mistakes that still haven't been fixed, and we're in week 12.
Like, it's little things like the pre-snap penalties. Where do we line up? What personnel? Why are we not getting up to the line fast enough? We were trying to draw them off sides a couple games ago and got to the line with 5 seconds left. Of course you're not going to draw them off sides. Like, it's just the operation of getting the play call in, the sequencing of the plays is terrible. The route concepts are like 8th grade level. You've got players when they do run crossers running into each other. You've got your center whiffing a block on a guy who's head up. It's not just like one thing. It's bad.
A number of things.
It's bad coaching at all levels. Like, you want to talk about coaches that get free passes for whatever reason. Like, I will always have Stoutland's back, and he has been tremendous, and he's doing a great job with all the injuries that he does have. But like, it could be better. But a coach that continuously gets a free pass is Moorhead. These guys are extremely ill prepared for the scramble drill on a team who has a quarterback that thrives in a scramble and like improvised play situation. You know he likes to leave the pocket. Maybe we should have some extra emphasis on the scramble drill. Come back to the football.
I've kind of said it, not on a show or anything like that, but
sorry, I'm all red now. I'm all hot and bothered.
No, about Moorhead, and I've thought potentially that, you know, he could have been somebody that had been moved on from and added another, you know, wide receivers coach. But yeah. I don't know if that's going to happen, which, you know, we're kind of saying maybe it should, but
I'm not necessarily saying it should, but like, do your job.
Yeah, like, something needs to happen.
It's these, we preach fundamentals. One of the first things you learn as an offense is a scramble drill.
Yeah.
You learn what to do when the play breaks down and where you're supposed to go and how you're supposed to do it. I mean, this is like, we worked on this shit in high school. Like,
it's elementary.
It's fun. It's fundamental is the only way I can look at it. And if your quarterback is scrambling, come back to the ball.
Yep.
Or find a spot that is open in the zone and put your hand up. Like, if you can get behind the defense, do it. But like, I see all these plays where AJ's just kind of like standing there lateral instead of coming back to the football and getting the ball. I mean, there are a couple plays where he does do that and he gets out of bounds. He did it against the Vikings. Like, it's there, but it's just the level of effort is not consistent. And that's a problem. Is this offense, we've seen spurts of greatness in the Vikings game, in the Giants game, and then we're like, hey, maybe I remember saying it on the post game, like, maybe we turned a corner, maybe this is it. And then we get out in the Packers game, we put up 10 freaking points.
After a bye, makes it even worse.
I have no confidence in this offense. Like, the offense is in a downward trajectory. Their defense is in an upward trajectory, and that's the matchup that concerns me the most.
Yeah, and yeah, you're right.
I'm not saying I'm scared of their defense, but I just don't have any confidence in our offense, if that makes sense.
No, I hear you, and you're going to Dallas, and I think too is like looking at the Philadelphia Eagles defense against their offense. Now their offense is playing really well. The Eagles defense is playing really well.
So are the Lions.
Yeah, I'm like, it could be an effect of this defense is able to shut down Dallas and you're able to do it. But I still think as the Eagles offensively, and they need to be able to put points up. You're going to need to put points up, and they have all the capabilities to do that. And it's just like the pre-snap penalties, the shooting yourself in the foot is never going to help because you're not going to be ahead of the sticks. And I think that's the main thing. And I want to see more RPO, especially like for me seeing it on the Dallas end here. I want to see RPO because you have Overshown, who was his first game back, and you have guys like Kenneth Murray and guys like Logan Wilson playing linebacker. I'd love to see the RPO used with them to be able to draw them in and being able to use them on certain things. You gotta let it just shut off. That's why.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, we had a little incident earlier, not incident, but before we started the show, my washer was going, and when it turns off, it does this. I guess, what did you say?
Like a Revolutionary War flautist.
Yeah.
It was unreal. It was, I mean, it's
just,
like 13-minute long.
Yeah. And then when it's done doing the cycle, it does like almost like a drill. Do 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 do. Yeah.
Wow.
And then now it just shut off. So it did.
God, I need to cut up with that. That's going to be my ringtone.
Is it going to be your ringtone?
Dude, no, like in speaking of washed, AJ. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God.
No, but like, it's just a funny juxtaposition here between the offense and the defense, because like the offense, I'm just like, I don't know who you're going to be. I have no faith in you at all. And then the defense, I'm like, oh, these guys got it. You know what I mean? It's like, so like, I'm interested to see Jalen Phillips go up against Steele.
Yeah.
Right? Like he had a pretty good game against Max Crosby. So like, I don't know. I'm less worried about their offense with our defense than I am our offense being able to score points. I mean, they had short fields twice?
Yeah.
At least, maybe more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it.
So the one thing that they were super good at early in the year, the red zone offense, has seemed to struggle the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And if you're not like if their red zone offense is thriving, okay, then the offense can struggle here and there. That's okay. But when it's not, and you're getting only field goals, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And I know the defense can handle the pressure, but still, it still puts a ton of pressure on them to be able to hold, these top flight offenses to no points essentially, or a field goal at worst. And I think too is like looking at it, their 3-and-out percentage is the bottom of the league. And if you want to win a Super Bowl, you can't be going 3-and-out. You have to be able to sustain drive. Yeah, offensively. Offensively, the 3-and-out has been
29th in the league, I think.
Yeah, which is terrible. So, that needs to change. There's a lot that needs to happen. And hopefully this is the turn to be able to do it, because the matchup that they have coming ahead here, and you have Dallas, but the way that it looks when you look at Dallas, Chicago, and you have the Chargers and the Commanders and Bills and Commanders and Raiders, like the schedule lightens up tremendously for you. But you still are going to need to score points on these teams because, who knows? Is Jaden Daniels going to be coming back? I don't know that. Well, whether or not and he's going to be able to score points. And you're going to have teams that are going to be able to put some points on the board. And if your defense has a game where maybe they have a couple injuries or they're not firing on all cylinders and you need to score some points, you're going to need, and again, that could be this week. We don't know.
Yeah.
So it needs to happen, and they need to start getting themselves in more of a rhythm. I think it's the rhythm base. Maybe I also would like to see some more up tempo and no huddle and getting let's do some different stuff here. And I think it would bode beneficial to everybody.
And I'd like to see Jalen get involved in the run game more.
That too.
I think we talked about it on the post game is like the reason, one of the reasons. I mean, obviously Saquon Barkley is all world. Incredible 2025 season or 2024 season is top 3 of all time, maybe, and it's probably not even number 3. Like part of the reason he was so successful was he's all world. Our offensive line was great, but a lot of why he had so much space before contact is because Jalen was a legitimate threat. I mean, look at that Rams game where Jalen
put off a
45-yard touchdown. Being able to hold those linebackers for a split second that's all Saquon needs. We've seen it 100 times.
Yeah.
You give him a second. Like let's say Micah Parsons freezes a little bit more on that play against the Packers. Saquon might be gone because he doesn't get a chance to trip him. So
Yep.
I'd like to see them. Doesn't need to be all the time. Like, you still need to protect your quarterback. I get it, but like, you still need to introduce that threat. So it's not 11 on 10 football. It needs to be 11 on 11 football, and you need to be able to hold those linebackers at least in the play action, because in the Packers game they didn't flinch, and you need to be able to make them come in on the run, right? Because it's either stop Saquon or stop him. So I'd like to see that. I think that opens up a whole new dimension that, quite honestly, I don't think we've had. And when we did get going late in that game, it's because Jalen was using his legs.
Yeah, I think too is, using play action under center in like 12 and 13 personnel, and none of those guys are going out, really doesn't do anything for you.
And they can't freaking block.
Yeah.
So like you don't have protection, so it doesn't matter. Like, unless they bite, you're screwed.
I'm just saying, like that doesn't do anything. So that's another thing.
Shot every time you bring up 12 personnel.
Like, I think, like, the under center stuff is great. I would love to see like the under center stuff in 11 personnel, or doing some different stuff, and maybe putting an extra offensive lineman out there to run under center. And again, they ran more under center than they have in recent years, but they're also not running RPOs now. So it's like there's never
most of their under center has been from jumbo, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
When Fred is that eligible tight end, that extra lineman, or maybe run some like offset line, like overload left, or just give them some different look, like just something that's not stale and like 8th grade junior varsity bullshit. Like, just we know it's there. We've seen it. Just do that. Do more of that.
So this brings me
to the middle of the field.
This brings me to the Jalen Hurts reports, the Derek Gunn, all that stuff that's come out this week. And who's leaking the info? What is it? What all is entailed? What do we have? There's so much that's essentially coming out, and it's just like the frustration aspect of the way the offense is being run and all that. And it's just like, is this leaking it to open the eyes of the quarterback? Because in practice, they're doing one thing, and in games they're doing another. And, that was mentioned. It's just like, and then you have all these people that are chiming in and everything. And it becomes fucking chaotic.
Let's talk about we work on it in practice, and it goes differently in the game. Like, no shit.
Because there's nobody playing defense.
In practice, you don't have a 270-pound defensive end about to ruin your life. Like, come on, guys. Or they might have prepared for that play and covered your first read. I mean, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, of course it's going to be different. The only play that probably ran the same way that it was practiced was the Philly special. Yeah. That's probably it. And even that, apparently they screwed up the first 8 times. So like, that comment, when I heard that, I was like, you got to be shitting me. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But like, there should be frustration here. Like, Jalen is not hitting open receivers. He had an opportunity to hit Calcaterra in the Packers game. He had an opportunity to hit Smitty in the Broncos game. He had an opportunity to hit AJ multiple times in multiple games. He's missed some throws, 100%. Is he the reason that we are struggling? Not at all. But like the team has a reason. Like, it's reasonable to be frustrated, and I don't. Even though we're hearing all this stuff about how the team's frustrated with Jalen, I find that hard to believe. I really do, because he is well loved, and the players speak very highly of him. He's voted a captain. I think they are frustrated like any other team that expects the highest level of success coming off a Super Bowl win would have in this scenario. Like, of course they're frustrated. Of course they're going to butt heads. It's a professional football team. Like, people butt heads. If you've never been in a locker room, I don't know how to explain it to you, but like, you'll scream at your buddy 1 minute, you'll beat the shit out of each other in practice, and then you'll go have a beer like at night. So like, it's just, of course there's frustration. Just because I don't like you doesn't mean I don't love you, kind of thing. Or just because I'm mad at you doesn't mean I don't love you, kind of thing. Right? Like,
I think you're right too. And I think too, like looking at it, and we've talked about, maybe putting a different voice, like Scott Loeffler, maybe doing something like that. But again, you take in point the 2023 Eagles, but I think to me that's like, a lot of people have brought that up that I've seen when I've mentioned that about how they switch defensive coordinators and everything. But the problem is, it's two totally different systems that Patricia came in trying to teach these guys in the middle of the season, and then
I completely forgot about that until just now.
Sorry.
That's all good.
So, or does Nick just say take over? Like how Dan Campbell took over.
I don't think that's going to be any better, to be honest with you. I think this offense has his fingers all over it.
What would happen? How about this? What would happen in Philly if what Dan Campbell did on Sunday night happened in Philly? They go for it 5 times and miss it 5 times, and all that stuff.
Nick's not a Neanderthal like Campbell, but like he may be fiery, but he's not a complete.
That's great.
Caveman like Dan Campbell. No, I Patullo long term is obviously not the answer.
No, I would agree.
And we all kind of expected some growing pains, but the growing pains aren't going away. Like, they're getting worse.
Yeah.
It's not the play. It's not necessarily the concepts as a whole. It's not necessarily the plays as a whole. It's how and when we're calling them and why we're calling them, and like having some sort of sequence off of that. Like, we saw it, I forget what game it was, but Gibson came in and ran a nice little like jet sweep, right? And then later in the game, we ran that same look and same formation, faked the jet sweep, and did that little pop pass to Goddard for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that, it's in there. Like, the DNA is there. The concepts are there. The ability is there. But like, they're just not putting it together from a play calling perspective. And I'm not sure what it is. And I'm not sure what they can do to elevate that portion of the offense, but that's the one thing that's missing.
Yeah.
We know the plays are there. We've seen them. It's just not enough.
I'm hoping to start seeing it. Like, needs to happen. So it's going to be frustrating because you got a tough test. Divisional matchup.
I mean,
I know
we could maybe we'll be the 2000 Ravens and just score 16 points a game or something and win. Who knows? But it doesn't seem like it's sustainable. I think it's sustainable to an extent for the defense.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's sustainable on the offense, and I don't think the frustration is towards Hurts, and I don't think the frustration from AJ is towards Hurts in a negative way. Right? Like, I don't think they hate each other. I think they're just we saw the Jason Kelsey video today where he said that him and Lane didn't talk for an entire offseason. Like, it happens. They're still brothers. They're still Jalen's still the godfather of his daughter. I just think they're having a moment right now where it's like they're just, for whatever reason, they're not all on the same page. But I don't think think it's unfixable. I don't think it's necessarily like, I hate you, Jalen, and I never want to be around you again. I think it's I'm just really frustrated and I don't really feel like talking right now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's that my buddy in the chat said it best. It's like, just because I'm mad at you doesn't mean I don't love you. Right? Like, I think I don't think the relationship is in danger. I think from a business and execution perspective, it's not at its best.
The frustration aspect is there, and we see it. But
which is fair. I think everybody's frustrated. It's just that some people say it in the media and egg this shit on because they think it's funny, I guess.
yeah.
Like that's my biggest problem with AJ is that he just doesn't shut his mouth. But at the same time, like that's all he gets asked about. So I see it both ways. But he needs like a teleprompter or something that just says like I'm focused on the Dallas game. I'd like to answer questions about the game and nothing else. Like prior.
Yeah.
Right? Like set it up beforehand. Because to your point, it does sound dismissive when they're like, "Oh, are you mad at Jalen?" And he's like, "I want to talk about Dallas."
Yeah,
which is fair. Yeah. Like they're preparing for a game. He doesn't want to deal with the shit.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm all over the place. But there's so many levels. There's so many levels to these reports that it's just
especially when you're 8-2. It's like
what? Like what are we doing?
Yeah.
Well, and we're 8-2 despite the offense.
But my question goes like this: what if, say, they were 8-2, okay?
Yep. Yeah.
And they were playing offensively like the Cowboys, but defensively like the Cowboys, or defensively like the Bengals. And a shitty defense. The defense was terrible, but they were winning games because the offense was putting up points.
Yeah.
Do you think the backlash would be as big?
No. And AJ Brown said it himself on the Gilly podcast. The reason that this is a bigger deal than it is because of the PTSD we have with McNabb and T.O.
Yeah. That was from last year, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
This is seemingly a story every
right.
year. Since 2022, this has been a story every year. And I don't know why we continue to talk about it. But I really don't think this would be as big of an issue if it wasn't for the T.O. situation from 04, 05.
I'd agree with you there. Now, this brings us to a fun segment. Make sure you get your stats out because we need to know what happened last week. Since I didn't have a pen that wrote. So, but it kind of goes like this.
It's time for the Eureka Locks of the week. Who's your lock?
All righty, Matt. What did we have last week?
All right, hold on.
We were wrong on. I know I had Quignon getting an interception.
You had Quignon getting his first regular season interception.
Yeah, that didn't.
You were so close.
I was close.
Cooper DeJean got his first regular season interception.
Correct. What did you have?
I also did not fare well. I had Jalen Hurts throwing for 2 20-plus yard touchdowns.
Yeah, well, that did work for you.
One of which to AJ Brown, and I was very wrong. Instead, he averaged 7 yards a catch.
Now we have this week to take a look at, and Matt, I'm going to let you go first on your Eureka Lock.
First last time. I'd like you to go.
Oh my God! Fine, I'll go first, and I'm going to go little college football route here, and the Lehigh Mountain Hawks will defeat the Lafayette Leopards, and they will win by at least 10 points.
The Lafayette Leopards.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. You know what? Since we're heading into the playoff push here, I'm gonna be boring, and I'm gonna go with Duquesne will beat Robert Morris. And Central Connecticut will lose their game this week, sending Duquesne to the playoffs and sealing the NEC championship.
So is that the only way that Duquesne gets in? It wins the NEC? So. Is if
I believe so. Central Connecticut is 7-4. Duquesne Dukes are 6-5.
And they beat them, so they have the same conference records. Would it be the same conference records?
Yep.
Who does Central Connecticut State play?
That's what I was trying to look up as I was scrambling. They play Mercyhurst, so that's not happening.
What's Mercyhurst's record?
Not good. They lost 37-0 to Duquesne. They beat Robert Morris 27-13. Where are we here?
You could just look up NEC standings.
I don't think they're in the NEC.
Oh, we didn't play it. It's interesting. Playing a non-conference game.
I don't know. Who knows?
Oh my God. Well,
I'm sorry. I didn't come prepared.
It's okay. It's okay. It brings us to.
Let's see. They are 5-6.
Okay. All right. Well, good for them. Maybe they'll get the W for you. Which now brings us to the game of the week. Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to let you do your prediction first since I went first in the Uleka Locks.
I'm not optimistic about this offense. Even in the Kelly Greens, even in a dome. I was pretty bullish against the banged up Lions offense who got locked down by Rock Ya-Sin and Amik Robertson. I am going to go 27-20. Eagles.
Ooh. Okay. That was that's kind of score I was leaning towards, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I think it's going to be
have to go lower. Might have to go 24-21 Eagles. I'm going to switch it up.
You're changing it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I still think each team will get a couple touchdowns, but I just my feeling. I think both teams will be able to run a little bit. I know Dallas have some good job running the ball with Javonte Williams. I think the Eagles, hopefully they switch it up. I'm going to predict that they do switch it up a little bit and they get the running game going a little bit against Dallas. And I'm going to go with a close game here. And the Eagles 23, Dallas 20. So Eagles get the close win. So,
see Aubrey kick a couple 70-yard field goals.
Yeah,
he's unbelievable.
No,
can we talk about how shitty Braden Mann is all of a sudden?
I'm gonna, like I told you
last week.
Like I told you, I'm gonna give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt with the weather.
2 straight games.
Well, let's see how he does in Dallas because there'll be no wind in your inside. So,
well, you better get that figured out for the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
The one thing I will say, and I will be watching. Actually, I'm going to go on take a look right now. Where is that? Arlington, Texas, right? That's where the stadium's at.
Yeah.
Ooh. So Sunday is showing cloudy and rain, so that sun factor may not be in play. I thought about that because you think about it, it's going to be 4:25 our time, but it's going to be 3:25 Dallas time. So by when you're looking at it, when the sun's going in that first quarter, second quarter, sun's going down. Right now shows cloudy and rain.
Good.
So if it winds up raining on Sunday, then and being cloudy down there, there'll be no sun. So you don't have to worry about those
actually
sun glares.
Winning us the game.
Yeah, it did.
There were a couple of times where they were like, "Oh," and missed a touchdown, but
yeah. So I did want to bring that up quick, but with that, like I said, I want to thank
Kelly Green Week, baby. Kelly Green Week.
It is Kelly Green Week.
We forgot to mention that.
Let me. I do have 2 fun facts for you before we head out here. The last time the Eagles were Kelly Green on the road was against Dallas. Unfortunately, was the 1995 divisional playoff game where a certain player played his last game as an Eagle. Do you remember who that was? Well, maybe not remember, but do you know who that was?
95.
Yes. A very heralded Eagle that played his last game as a Philadelphia Eagle.
95. Offense or defense?
Offense. A guy that was a focal point of the team for years.
Cunningham?
Yes. It was his last game as a Philadelphia Eagle because he would then retire and then come back in 97 with the Vikings.
Yeah. And ironically, didn't he end with the Cowboys or did he end with the Ravens?
Ravens in 2001.
Yeah.
But he did play with the Cowboys, which does bring me to my next point. But it would have been pretty cool to see Randall in Midnight Green in 96. But again, him and Gruden and all that, the offensive system didn't fit him very well. But
there's an offensive coordinator idea.
Gruden. Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
We need a Vic Fangio that on offense
isn't going to leave.
It just never wants to leave.
Jim Caldwell. Look at that. Wow. That was the last tidbit before we head out of here I want to give you is talking about Randall with the Cowboys was in 2000, the Pickle Juice game.
Yep.
Would be Troy Aikman's last game against the Eagles because later in the year Randall would start because he was inactive. The Eagles, do you know the Eagles' career record against Troy Aikman? Well, Troy Aikman against the Eagles is 10-11, an under 500 record, losing record against the Eagles. 167 yards a game. Or no, that's not. No, that's wrong. I'm thinking of a different stat. I have two different stat things in my head, so not that. 15 touchdowns to 19 interceptions, a 67 quarterback rating, and 53 sacks taken. Wow. Which the sacks taken was, I believe, 17 more than the next closest, which I believe was Washington.
Wow.
So, yes, he has 3 Super Bowls, but just so you know, he still has 3 Super Bowls. So the Eagles could dominate him all he wants, but he still had 3 Super Bowls. So when people want to bring up Dak Prescott against the Philadelphia Eagles, you can hit him with that stat.
Yeah.
That, hey, it doesn't really matter as long as you win Super Bowls because, it doesn't matter.
But
I thought it was pretty
last cool. I checked, that was the goal.
Yeah. I would say that, but certain people on social media.
I just think it's so funny all the years they were like, you have no rings. And now all of a sudden they're like, rings don't mean shit.
Yeah.
It's very funny how that is flipped and how they keep moving the goalposts. For any Cowboys fans listening out here, you guys are cockroaches. All of you.
Yeah.
Every single one of you. I just had the baptism of my youngest this weekend, and his godfather is a Cowboys fan, and it pained me so. But he's actually a really good dude. But yeah, Cowboys suck.
Exactly. Dallas sucks.
Dallas does suck, indeed.
It's what my son would say. He'll be saying that a lot on Sunday because anytime you say Cowboys or anything, and that's what he says. So
yeah, my son the other day said, "Can we play Madden?" He's gonna be 7 soon. So can we play Madden? I said, yeah. He goes, you be the Cowboys, I'll be the Eagles, so I can punch you in the nuts.
That's pretty good. I like it.
I've never been so proud in my life.
I like it. But with that, I want to appreciate everyone tuning in. Make sure you're following all the socials, the link tree. Make sure you get all of that on X, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you can find us. Make sure you're checking it out. Make sure you're subscribing to the pod. Got a lot of fun stuff going on, and of course.
And if you guys are looking for Christmas presents, hit up
Helmet always does it.
Hit up Temp Lids. Let me know if you need one for the man cave.
Love it, love it, love it. And it's not just football helmets. Can do really anything that you would like. So
lacrosse, baseball, hard hats,
Scooby-Doo, whatever.
I have no idea what that means. Let's go.
Scooby-Doo. Wouldn't it be cool? Listen, I thought about this.
Now, yeah, okay.
The helmet, the color of the helmet would be what the mystery machine color is. So that like light
green,
that light teal, just the blueness of it, and then on the side would be Scooby-Doo on each side. That'd be pretty cool. A picture of Scooby-Doo.
Actually,
I'm just saying.
I don't hate it.
The possibilities are endless. That's what I'm trying to say.
The fact that how long have you been thinking about that?
It literally just popped in my head because I gave my son Scooby snacks tonight. No, not dog treats, actual like Teddy Grahams, but they're Scooby snacks.
I let him out of his cage.
Well, I legit thought he was eating a dog treat today.
Yeah.
But he had a gingerbread cookie in his hand eating it.
Oh yeah. My man.
And then he would proceed to eat 3 of them. So before bed. So
what could go wrong?
He went to sleep. So and he did eat 6 Go-Gurts today. So he discovered Go-Gurt. So
smokes, dude. Should put a lock on your fridge.
Yeah. Oh, I should. Well, he did put the Ginger Man cookies in the fridge to keep them cool. So I don't.
That's a veteran move right there.
I don't know what to think. And he did discover mashed potatoes are good now. So there's a lot of things happening.
In big week in your house. Yeah,
it is very big week. Very big week.
Right.
But yeah. So with that, as we always end it with a very happy and joyful, go Birds.
Birds.
This is Matt Ware. Hey, for all the Eagle content you need, go follow All About the Birds. They do a damn thing. Check them out.
Hey Eagles fans, I may be in Tampa, but I know where to find the best Eagles content out there. Check out my friends at All About the Birds.
Philadelphia, what's up? This your boy Freddie Mitchell, aka Fred X. It's all about the bird.
All birds all the time. All birds all the time.
All About the Birds provides you with weekly analysis, game recaps, informative interviews, and it's all birds all the time.